Alright, it's deck building time for Marvel Overpower. So first off, what we're going to do is we're going to pick our characters. So what we do is with hero cards, what we do is we make a team of 4. So we take like any 4 heroes. So like for instance, like you can see Wolverine, Sabretooth, Captain America, Domino, Doctor Strange, Professor X, Magneto, and Onslaught here as examples of some of the hero cards. So like you got other characters too. So like Venom, Iron Man, Spider-Man. So you got pretty much the gamuts of pretty much all the heroes that you can choose from. So the idea of like building a deck is that like with the 3 abilities. Now they did come out with like the intellect, yeah, abilities with an expansion. So if you do have them, they expand to the 4. So you can do either 4 or like the 3 or 4. So the concept of like doing heroes with the 3 or 4 different like powers. What you want to do is get like a good strategy is to get overlap. So like for instance, Venom here is you can see 6 energy, 6 fight, and 7 strength. Spider-Man 766, Spider-Man 676, and Doctor Doom 766. So like if you could do a deck like these with like these 4, and they'd cover each other well because they have similar abilities and everything. So that's a good strategy to do. So like for instance, like you can see like the 4 characters here of like Sabretooth, Domino, Wolverine, and Captain America. They're all great with like their fighting skills, but they're low on like strength and energy. So this would be like a good team for like a what's considered like a fighting deck. So like I'll be using these as an example to build a deck and everything. So what you do then is like there are the special cards. So like I got an any hero card here, so anybody can use this. So I'm pretty much going to be using this as like a in the automatic in the deck, so, since anyone that can use it. So then I take special cards that are like kind of unique to that character and everything. So then I start picking cards. So I pick like several different special cards for that character. Now the minimum deck requirement for a deck is 55 cards. So like what I want to do is like make sure to get at least 55 cards in a deck. So like for instance, like special cards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I picked 7 cards for like special cards for Domino, and so like a strategy that I use is 6 or 7 like like special cards per character. So now I'm going to sit here and look at like the cards for like Captain America. Probably pick 6 or 7, and like so that way you can have like different special cards for each character. So like I went with like several different ones. I kind of do some things off camera because it's easier to sort through. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then of course I'll do the same thing like with the Wolverine and Sabretooth. Pick like 6 or 7 cards for each of those guys. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gonna go with 7 different cards for Wolverine. Now some specials you have like that says like 1 per deck, meaning you can only have like 1 of these cards. And so like this one, as you can see, like acts as a level 8 fighting attack, but like it gives +1 for each hit on Wolverine's permanent record. So like for instance, it's this is called like wounded animal. So for instance, like if he's like got like 2 hits on him, like that would be +2, so that would be considered like a 10 fighting attack. So now I just got to pick stuff for Sabretooth. So I'm definitely going to go like with another like a 1 per deck card for him. So like this one is Blood Hunt. So say like this one, like Sabretooth may make 1 attack after opponent has conceded the battle. Opponent may defend. So like for instance, like if for instance like you're going back and forth in one round or one battle as it's called, your opponent can sees like, hey, this round's over. Well, Sabretooth can still make an attack with that card, so I'm going to definitely do that. 2, 3, 4, 4. Let's see here. 5. 6, 7. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to shade out one of those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6. With Sabretooth, yeah, I'll go with like a 7. So 7 special cards for each of those. Next, what I'll do is I'll pick like universe cards. So like basically like universe cards are stuff like that you have to have certain abilities to use and everything. So like let me find out fighting cards. So like for instance, like fighting cards, you have to have at least a 6 fighting to use, and this one gives you like a +1 to attack. So these actually add on to like your power cards. So like what I'll do is I'll quickly add like probably about like 7 or 8 of these. So there's 2, 3, 4, and what then I'll now do is pick like some like of these. These ones are different in that like you can see like you have to have like either fighting or energy 5 or less to be able to use this, and so these give like, as you can see, +4. So like if I had like an energy of like a 5 or less, like for instance like with the Captain America only having like a 1, he could use this one since 5 or less, and like you could use a 1 energy, and that would actually be like a 5 energy attack. So that's the concept. That, but since this one is like a both fighting and energy, I wouldn't necessarily want to use this because with Captain America he has 7, and like my other characters they all have 8 fighting. So I want to go with something like as you can see like that has 5 or less of strength or energy, so that way they it covers their weak, like in a sense their weak abilities. So flip through this and like for instance the 5 or less of both strength and energy, so that helps boost their like strength or energy attacks. So I'll take I'll put in 3 of those for specials. And now we go to teamwork cards. So teamwork cards kind of like work the same way as like the special universal cards. Like you have to have like a certain amount to use, and these teamwork cards act as like a heavy hit. So like you have 3 characters, like you can see here, Cyclops, Beast, and Wolverine. They all attack as a team. So you have one character use this, and then the other 2 characters make the strength and like a energy attack. So like in a sense you could do what's called a spectrum KO with the 1 shot. So like what I'll be doing is like I want to go like with the decent ones. So like what I'll do is I'll just go with the 4 teamwork cards for this deck. So I'll have 2 that are like 8 to use and 2 that are 7 to use. So, and as you can see, the first teammate gets +1 and the second teammate gets +3, or this one they get +2. So there are my special and universe cards. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start taking like energy card or power cards. So like these ones, they act as like energy, fighting, or strength and everything. So looking at like these guys, like I might want with these, since these guys are good with fighting, I might want to use these ones as like energy or strength and everything. So like I look at these guys, I have like a 1, 1, 2, and 3 for energy, 5, 4, 3, 5. So what I might want to do is like go like I'll go like with 2 1s and then like 2 2s, and like 2 3s. So that way I kind of get like most of the like abilities covered. So like you can see 1 1 2 3 5 3 5 5 4. So that way it gives me some like leeway with like using those different cards. So now that I actually start taking in like the actual like specific power cards, like either the fighting cards, the strength cards, or the energy cards. So what I'll do is I'll pick the fighting cards, and like I in the actual rule book that like you can get like yeah, it really doesn't look like I have it handy. Thought I did, but never mind. He says that you have to get rid of duplicates, and like that one, like my like in a sense homebrew rule is that you don't I do away with that, so it makes the battle much more interesting. So with fighting cards, what I'm doing is I'm going with like I'll go with 1 2 3 4 6s, 1 2 3 4 7s, 1 2 3 4 5 8s, and that gives me like the fighting cards. And then like I'll pick strength cards. So since I have 2 people with the five, 1 with 4, and 1 with 3, I might want to go like with the 3 4s and 5s for strength. And like since I have most of them like a 1 2 or 3, I might go 1 2 and 3 with energy cards. So that way I have more options to use. So like as everything's like falling over. So with strength cards, like what I'll do is and since power cards are like the base power cards, you kind of want to make sure you have quite a lot of these and everything. Alright, strength cards. What I'm doing is I'm going with 3 5 since I have like a Captain America and Sabretooth with the 5. They'll be able to use those ones. 4 4s. So now I got like 3 characters that can use them, and then 4 3s where all of them can use them. So now that the strength power cards are done, I'm now going to go with the energy cards. And so like I said, since I have like 2 with 1, 1 with 2, and 1 with 3, I'm going to go 1 2 and 3. So I'll go with like 4 1s. I'll go with the 4 2s. And I only go like since I only have 1 character that can use 3s, I'll go with 2 3s, since I also got like some 3 for strengths and stuff. So, but like I said, since I do away with the duplicates, I don't necessarily worry about that. So then I count them up to make sure I have at least 55. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 5 through 6 through 7 through 8 through 9 30 through 1 through 2 through 3 through 4 through 5 through 6 through 7 through 8 through 9 40 through 1 through 2 through 3 5 through 6 through 7 through 8 through 9 50 through 1 through 2 5. Yep, I got at least 54 cards in a deck. So now what you like ultimately do is like you do get like starter decks and everything that come with like that are pre-made, and that come with like 54 card decks and everything. So but like I don't have the box, unfortunately I don't have any of the boxes left, so like I really can't showcase those, but I do think I have them in my previous videos. So now that the deck I got this deck all set and everything, oh yeah, that's right. Stuff is right in front of my face and everything. I've lost my mind. So like this is like, as you can see, like a starter deck for DC, which was an expansion. This is one of like the starter decks that you can get, and so like they come with like pre-made decks. Like so you get in this one, you get the Cyclops Professor X, Jean Grey, and Jubilee, and you get 55 cards. And so you want this is where like a booster pack that comes in handy because you get the 9 booster cards. And so and the starter decks come with like this neat little handy dandy like a guide, so you can see with each starter deck what you can get for the heroes. And then booster packs, it gives you like the ideas of like the characters you can get in the booster packs. Now there are a couple expansions that have come out, so you get like more characters. So like for instance, Onslaught is in the Intellect expansion, which was the latest. So like you get like villains like the Mandarin and like some of these guys like Mysterio. Carnage is in one of the expansion of the booster packs. You got like Black Cat and expansions, Morbius. So you got like a bunch of different characters that you can get in the boosters. You got the nifty rule book that you get in the starter deck. So like it kind of teaches you how to play and everything. And let's see here. Where did I actually put? There we go. That's my hero cards. Then what I want to do, since like there's a thing called ventures, use these mission cards. So like I pre-picked like a mission card, so like that's one way to win. So now what I'm going to do is take all these cards and get like a nifty baseball card box and like kind of put all these like extra cards away. So now I can like free up the table space to be able to actually play and showcase that. So this is definitely going to be like one of the longer videos, since like it takes time to actually show deck construction. And now we actually get into like the gameplay. So like it's kind of time to get like all these cards put away. So many cards, not enough time. Yeah, and I to save some time, I had already made like a deck based on strength. So like I got Doc Samson, the Hulk, Namor, and Thing as like a deck that I'll be using to like play against to kind of showcase the actual gameplay. So as I get the last of these out of the way, and of course, like usual with most of my videos, I'm just the type of person that just kind of wings it, and like, here you go. Kind of showcase what goes on. So get that out of the way, and now I basically shuffled the deck and everything. So like I said, like in the rule book they do have like the duplicate rule that I usually do away with, because like I think it makes the game much more interesting because it gives you more cards to play with and everything. So it definitely I think speeds up the playtime, because if you go through your deck, you kind of have to pull out like all like what's in your in a sense scrap pile, and like reshuffle and reuse them and everything. So in a sense, using duplicates, being able to use duplicates, I feel speeds up the process. So that's kind of the reason why I don't use the duplicate rule, and why I don't like using it. But it's in the rules, so if you want to stick like, oh no, this is like if you're a stickler for the rules, and like, hey, look, this is in the rules, and we have to abide by the rules, then go for it. But there's nothing stopping you saying that like doing what I do and disregard the actual duplicate rule and just like, okay, this is how I like to play it. And the whole concept, of course, of like any card game plus any TTRPG board game, it's all about having fun. So like if you want to do away with the rule to have fun, then by all means go ahead like I do. So now that's move that off camera to get a little extra space. So what we do is then we set up the mission cards, and so now we get 3 people in the front. So since I have 3 characters with the 8 fighting, I like to put those guys in front and then have Captain America in reserve. And to also save time, I had pre-shuffled my good old strength deck that I did before. So like the same kind of strategy like this deck I'm going to kind of do, since I like Doc Samson's kind of off camera, but he has 7 strength, and like the Hulk, Namor, and Thing, they all have 8 strength. So like now you don't necessarily have to do it this way. This is just like the way I like to strategize. You could, in a sense, like do it this way. This is just the way I like to do it. So like in a sense, you kind of either flip a coin, roll a dice to see who goes first. I'll say the strength team goes first. So you draw 8 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Each player does that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, technically, since I'm playing against myself and everything, I'm going to be able to see all the cards for each team and everything. So it kind of changes the dynamics, because you won't necessarily see these cards. So, like for instance, like for the duplicate roll I was talking about, technically I'd have to get rid of one of these 3s. But since I don't like the duplicate card, I like it because it speeds up the process and everything. So there's that hand. And so then with this one, I kind of sort the cards by like a power card, universe cards, and like special cards. So, and now you can play. You can place on each character a power card, a universe card, and a special card. So like for instance, like I have a Doc Samson card and he's in reserve. He can't do anything in reserve until one of these guys are, in a sense, knocked out. So I put that special on him. So like with him, with the rest of these, I would kind of want to keep in my hand, because the opponent wouldn't necessarily know what I have. For instance, like the Void One attack. If I had put that down on Thing, the opponent's like, oh, I don't want to attack Thing because he can avoid an attack and everything. So, but with this being in my hand, they may not necessarily know that. So that's another strategy you do. So like the same thing goes for like your like characters over here. So like since I have like all these cards that I can automatically use, and I don't have any specials for Captain America, I'm just going to be like, okay, I'm done placing. So like you go back and forth and place cards. So now it comes to like what's called the venture. So like with these special cards, like you can venture 1 through 7 or anything. So like if like, oh, I'm going to win this first round, I'm going to venture all 7 or anything. Like, that might not necessarily be a good idea, but usually you want to do like 1. So you have some players like Professor X, who has a special card that adds 3 to the adventure. So like if, for instance, if you're playing that and you were like had that in your hand, and like you ventured 1 and you know you're going to win this round, you could use that special to get 3. So you can now have 4. So the by venturing getting all 7 in like the win pile, in essence, you can win that way. You can win the other way you can win is by KOing all 4 of the opponent's characters. So there's 2 ways to be able to KO them. You can either do a total cumulative 20 points of damage, akin to like a magic and everything, or you can do what's called the spectrum KO. So like you can if they take an energy, fighting, and strength attack, they are KO'd. So that's the spectrum KO. So that's where the teammate cards come in handy. So with the now that we do the fighting cards, so like of course I made the mistake, and I could play this, put this on Hulk and let him build up and everything. With it being like a 8 strength plus 1 per permanent card, but like since I got it the first round, and like this is a 1 per deck, I'm probably just going to play this as is. So I'm going to start out like now you can say like, okay, Hulk smash. I'm going to use the 8 plus 3 plus 8 to attack Wolverine. Now I have to defend. I have to get like an 11. So I don't like the best I can do is as you can see is a 10. So I kind of have to take that hit. So I'm going to move these guys back a little for like and kind of like off camera a bit to kind of get extra space and everything. So move these guys back more, so that way we have like the space in like the battleground. So now I made the mistake, so like I might want to actually save that for later, since this is the first round. Remove 1 hit, so like And like the same thing like with the Hulk's rage, like I can't like necessarily get the +1 without like a plain like showcasing like hey you don't want to hit him and everything, so because he'll build up and start raging and everything, get a better attack. So what I'll do is I'll use this one immediately and like get my revenge against Hulk. So now I have the ability here to defend, and since like I don't have anything that like is 8 or above to be able to defend with power cards, I have to take the hit. So now I'm going to have like a Hulk attack, thing attack, use a special, access the level 4 strength attack, may make 1 additional attack, boom, and then like use this. Oh, actually, I'm going to use the fighting card, and boom. So now, as Domino, I can like have like a defend 2 different attacks. So like so what I'll do is I'll defend the 3. These go in like the scrap, in like a scrap pile, like which is kind of off screen right now, but like it goes in the scrap pile. So I defend that, and now I'm going to attack again. So I'm going to try and win this game right off the bat and try and knock out one of the characters. So I'm going to do a level 10 attack. So like 7, like I'm going to have Wolverine attack again, 7. So 3 plus 7 is 10. So now I have like a chance to like attack or whatever. And so like I'm kind of doing this. I know that there's a void one, but I'm kind of like showcasing how to play and everything. But because you wouldn't necessarily know like that he has a level 1 attack. So now I have to like start attacking. So like I'm going to start doing I use that, and so now I don't have anything to defend, so I'm going to try and like since I've done damage like to him, I'm trying to go for the I'll go for the Spectrum KO against the thing, and since I wouldn't necessarily know that he had a Void attack, he would use the Void 1 attack to get rid of that, and now it's back to me, and I'm using the last card of +4, so I'll go against Domino, try and get rid of her. So level 4, I'll use the 4 to defend. Both those are negated, and now I have the last attack, and like I'll try and get rid of Hulk. So now like or in a 10, 18. Yep. So now he's 8, 9, 10, 11, 18, 19, 20, 21. So now Hulk has been decommissioned. So now Doc Samson moves up in the reserve. So now that's the end of round 1. So these cards, in a sense, go in the underneath in the permanent. So like what you want to do is make sure like to keep these like this, so that way you can see the actual damage that it's done to each character and everything. So you can keep track on how much damage is done to each character. So now we go ahead and draw another 8 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now, since the Hulk has been kind of KO'd, I have to immediately scrap this, and so this one would be good. Like play when opponent brings in reserve. Reserve may not enter battle until next battle. So like if I had gotten rid of one of those guys, like these guys this round, and Hulk was still in, I could use this card to make sure that Captain America doesn't come in. So that way I have like I can try to get rid of 2 more characters. But since Hulk's been KO'd, I have to immediately get rid of that. And so now I have like the rest of these. So now, like I said, I tend to like organize by specials, universes, and power cards. So like you can even organize by like attack power and everything. So that way you can kind of know what you have and everything. Good organization. So now going with this. So again, organizing by specials, universe cards, and like power cards. So and now we go to actually placing cards, and so I don't see anything that I really necessarily want to place and everything. So in here since like Captain America is still in the reserve, I place that so that way I don't have to scrap it at the end of the round. And so like this one, like since I don't have any energy cards to be able to use, I might like put this down on Captain America as reserve, so that way when he comes in, he has cards like and like of course with the actual universe card here, the teamwork, having 2 fighting cards, like yeah, I don't necessarily want to use that. Now, player characters can only have 1 special, 1 universe, and 1 power card that on them, and they're kind of in a sense holding them. So I'll do that, and now we get back like and of course I forgot to do like the venture. So like for each adventure, they won this last battle, or they lost, and then they won. So I'll just say the adventure each won and everything. So now it's up to me to attack. So like what I'll do is like with Doc Samson, I'll start attacking like Wolverine, and then I can make 1 additional strength attack. So I'll use this as a strength. So now like I can defend against those. So let's see here. Yeah, 8, 9, 10, 11. Plus 8 is 19. Okay, I'm going to take him, and then like this turn I'm going to remove 1 hit from Wolverine's permanent record. This one goes away. Now he's down to like just 8 and everything. So now since I did that card, I can't, like of course I forgot to use this to avoid 1 of the attacks. That's like a way to go. So now I'm down to 3 cards, and now back to him. So it's clobbering time, and since I don't have anything high enough to be able to defend, I have to take it. And so now Wolverine, oh, how dare you attack me? So I'm going to attack Thing, and like since that may make it 1 additional attack, I'm going to boom do that. So that way, so now with the Thing, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to defend against the 7, get rid of that. So I only take 1 hit. Now it's back to like a strength team to attack. That's, yep, that's for them. And I got so I'm going to try and continue pummeling Wolverine, and I'm going to take it. I'm going to attack the Thing again, and of course now they don't have any cards. I'm going to go for the Spectrum KO, and since I don't have anything to defend, Wolverine is now gone, and Captain America comes out, and of course each venture 1 card like usual, which is something I forget because I usually don't use those. So now for the final attack for them, I'm going to attack Captain America to try and get him down. So now these go in the permanent record. Now we're they won, they lost. So now we're tied at 1-1 for ventures. So now we do another 3rd round. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so now it's time to start placing cards. So again, I tend to sort like a, well, Hulk is out of commission. All right. And so now I got these universe cards. So like now we go to them. Let's see here. So power cards. Let's see, Wolverine is out of commission, so I'll have to get rid of that and that. All right, and so each say just venture 1 for the venture cards, and so now it's like start him with attacking first. So I'm going to use any hero and attacking Domino, and that one says that I can make Green Goblin swoops in and makes a level 4 fighting attack. Any hero may make 1 additional attack, and so I'm going to go and try and go for the Spectrum KO on Domino. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to defend the 1. And since I don't really have like I kind of now my turn, so let's see here. That he's got Thing's got 10. I'm going to try and get rid of Thing, so there's like 4. May make 1 additional attack. Sabretooth has 1 energy, so what I'll do is this. So 5 and a 5 and a 4 attack. So like since I kind of want to make a teammate attack, I'll take that. And so he's got 10, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get rid of Domino. So let's see here, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16. This will do her in if I don't defend. And since I don't really have anything to defend, Domino goes bye-bye. And now it's back to Captain America. And so, like, of course, I'm messing this up and everything, but it's just kind of showcasing the play. So, to kind of like, let's see, 10, 14, 9, to do in Thing, I'm going to do that. And since, like, he doesn't have anything to defend, I have to get rid of this. And that does him in. And so for tie break, like what we would do, like if we were like tied for like how many heroes, we like in a sense like do that, and then like since I only have like attack him since I know he's played that, so boom, boom. Now like I would say that the strength team did more damage, so they would technically win, but I wasn't paying attention to how much damage was being done to each one, so like I wasn't 100% sure. So for Ventures, now we're 2-1, and now it's round 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, I sort out. Yep, gotta get rid of Hulk. And so you can see like different attack. I tend to, you can do it sort of any way. Now, let's see here. Sabretooth still in. Let's see here. Surge. Let's see here. Domino's gone. And like I said, technically with the duplicates, I would have to do away with like one of each of these, but like I don't play. You know, I play with the not being getting rid of duplicates. So now we'll go and Namor. I'm going to attack Captain America just so I can get rid of that avoid 1 attack and use 7 strength. So like I know he's going to avoid that. And so now he's done, and it's 2 fighting teams. So now I got I'm going to do this. So like this Sabretooth is wounded. He's +2 for remainder of this battle. So now technically it's back to him, this team. So Doc Samson is going to attack, and I'm going to take it. So 11, 12, 13, 14. So now what I'm going to do for him is try and get rid of Namor. So I'll use like the 7 and the +1. So 7, 8, 9, and then 10, 11, 12, 13. I have to take it since I don't have anything left. So I'm going to go for like the Spectrum KO. I'm going to defend. Now it's to me, the fighting team. I'm going to go for the Spectrum KO for him. And I don't have any to defend, so Namor is gone. And of course, like I said, I keep for getting adventures, so 1 each. Now it's to me, so like 14. There's 16. I'm going to defend. Now it's like back to him. Don't have any cards, so like I'm going to go for the Spectrum KO. Captain America is done. Oh wait, never mind. Yeah, so attack, defend as I'm mixing cards up, but like that's pretty. Like, of course, now I'm messing up and everything. So, but that's the kind of so that's pretty much the concept of how to play and everything. So you keep going until like you either have like all 7 adventure cards like in the success pile, or like you keep going until all are gone. So like I kept messing up with this and everything, and as you can see, I was messing up in that last round and everything. So the adventure cards I tend not to use, so that's why I was messing up with that. But this is pretty much like a quick idea of like a deck building and how to play the actual overpowered card games. So like I said, with deck building, it's always a good idea to kind of like build people up like with their different strengths, so like that way they can cover each other. So like you see the strength deck right there, and like with the characters right here, you can see how they have like each like at least all of them have at least a 7 fighting. So that's one way to do deck building. Of course, you could also do like a deck building based on any characters. So like for instance, like with the starter decks, you can you get pre-made characters. So like you might not necessarily be able to build decks like like these 2 decks based on like the actual strength fighting, or like maybe an energy deck. You could like you kind of have to go with the characters that are available in those starter decks. But like that's why you kind of like, once you get like a couple starter decks, you can start and play and everything, and then once you get the going and everything, you can then get into getting like the booster packs and start expanding on that and everything. So this is just like a longer one on like the how to deck build, and a quick showcase of the gameplay of Marvel Overpower.